Hello Stamper, welcome to France's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And today it's fanciful for a blog up that I'm in. And this month it is a flip card, or some people call it a swing card. It's many ways we can do them. So I'm going to show you what I came up with. So we're going to start with a piece of cardstock, and I'm choosing fall color because fall is right around the corner. It measures 5.5. This side is 7 by 5.5. So 7 by 5.5. Now we're going to score this at the 7 at the top there. We're going to score this at 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and 4 1/4. Now that we get this, we won't flip the card or nothing. We're going to move this at 1.5. So this is at 1.5. We're going to start cutting at 1 inch. So we switch the blade. We're going to start at 1 inch, and we're going to go all the way to 4.5. So 1 to 4.5. Stop there, turn this around, and repeat the same thing. So we put this at 1.5 here. We start cutting at 1 inch, to 4.5. So you score from 1, not score, but cut from 1 to 4.5. Now lift this up. We're going to turn this. Now we're putting this at 1 inch. But on this side, you have to be very careful. Between the two score line, we don't want to cut it. So what you're going to do is bring your blade at 1.5, should be right at the same spot than your cut there. And your first score was at 2 3/4. So you're going to go from 1.5 to 2 3/4. Stop. Put your blade at 4 1/4. And then you're going to bring that to 5.5. Should be right with your cut that you get there. And lift this up. We're going to turn this around and repeat what we just did. So again, we're going to put this at the 1 inch this time. And we're going to start at the 1.5. Stop at 2 3/4. Lift it up. Bring your cutting blade at 4 1/4. And then we're going to go down to 5.5. And now we're going to remove this. Now what we're going to do, it's if the corner are not just right, just use your scissors. Well, I was lucky they're all right. So now what you're going to do, it's those score here, never mind that. The center score, really, they don't even need to be there. We're going to fold this in the back. And now I sure do need my bone folder. And reinforce this. Now we're going to take, so this one go this way. This going to get flipped here. Stay there. We're going to bring that one here. So you see this here, we fold it there, push that one under, and this is going to come back to the top. Now reinforce this. So now you see you get a flip card. Now let's decorate this. I'm going to have all the measurement on my blog. So like I said, I wanted to do fall cards. So I got, this is Tangerine Tango, Delightful Dijon, and Early Espresso. We're going to have a little border here. This here measure 1 1/4, if I remember correctly. Yes, I cut 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And this one, it is 5 by ½ inch. So just a little border. we're going to take this and glue that together. Just to have a little decoration on the side there. Oops. I want it 5. This one should be 5, 3/4, ½ inch by 5, because I decreased. So I guess I didn't cut the length right. Here we go. Okay, if you want some stamping around it, then we would have to do the stamping first. So the best way to do it, I'm going to bring this here. So this is the front of our card here. And I'm using quite a few stamp sets. I'm using old, new, everything. I'm going to use the Ghoulish Grunge. I'm going to use the Acorny Thank You. And then Lovely as a Tree, the oldest stamp set in the catalog, Lovely as a Tree. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Tangerine Tango, the same than our cardstock here. And I'm going to take the oak leaf, and I'm going to stamp this just on the border here. Just to have a little bit of something there. That is it for that. Now, I'm going to remove this. So you see now I get a little border, plus we're going to glue this right here. Just to add a little bit of fall color there. Now for right here, I cut a piece that measured 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and this is very vanilla. That's where that I'm going to use the Ghoulish Grunge, and we're going to use the brick wall in this. So we're going to stamp that with crumb cake. I'm going to need my scrap paper again. So I'm going to put a piece there and a piece there and offset there. So just to give a little bit of something in the background. Now the next step, that's going to get glue, and if you see, it's the old thing there, but that's really the back of the card. This is the front, but the rest go in the back. So we're going to glue this right in the center, and I think that we should sponge that, and we're going to sponge that with, we're going to use a yellow, so I don't have the dauber of the Delightful, so I'm going to use crushed curry just on the outside here. It's just going to give almost like another dimension on it. Okay, now we're going to put that right here, and again this piece was 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Did I cut it right? Oh, I had 2 pieces. No. 2. Here we go, my boo-boo. 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and that is not. It's 3. Well, then we're going to go 2 by 3. So then it's going to be the right proportion. So I get 2 by 3 that we're going to put right here. As long as I get the right proportion, I'm good with that. And you know what we can do? Let's remove this. Let's take a piece of early espresso, and we're going to put a piece in the back of that. So it should have been, my first layer should have been 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So if you mess up your piece, you can always add more. Here we go. And this, I kind of ripped it there. Much better. Here we go. And then we're going to take our brick wall, put that right here. Now for the front of the card, because it's kind of fallish, I got a piece of Delightful Dijon. We're going to punch out the acorn here. And that's the acorn, Bill Acorn punch. Now the acorny thank you, I got this here that we're going to stamp that on, and that was my piece of crumb. See, I mixed my piece. That was the perfect piece. That was my scrap. Well, we're going to make it work. And then we're going to stamp that with crumb cake. I knew I had the piece out, but I thought, oh, I measured wrong. So that's for my top. And we're going to punch that again. Oops. I should have punched on the other side. We're going to make it work. And then I'm going to use my crumb cake here. And we're going to sponge this here. So not too much of the vanilla showing. Now we're going to use a dimensional. And we're going to put a dimensional there. Oh, I have dimensional here. Well, we're going to use glue dots. Oh, here's my dimensional. Gonna take that right there. Oh, and the acorn too. I'm gonna use the crumb cake. You know what? Can have a little bit more ink on that. Here we go. Oh, that won't show now. We're going to take our topper, put that right there. And then we're going to take, I had a piece, now I hate to say I had a piece of, here it is. So I'm going to fold my linen thread in two. We're going to do a little bow. Okay, let's trim that a bit. Here we go. Now we're going to use a glue dot. Maybe, maybe not. It don't want to come with me, I think. Okay, we're going to pick her up in a bit here. Here we go. Okay, again, some dimensional. Put that in the back. Put that right here. And to be honest, I think we need just a little sliver here. So what I'm going to do is take just a sliver of this, a 1/4 inch. And we're going to go by 4 3/4. I think it's something missing right there. We're going to take our snail. Much better. Here we go. So now we get the front of the card. Now we have to do the inside of the card. The inside of the card, the layer is going to be old olive. So old olive going to measure 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. Now we got early espresso that measured 3 by 3 1/2. And then the next layer is just, I just wanted a little bit of the border of the early espresso. So this here, the very vanilla, it's 278 by 3 3/8. So it's just a little bit smaller than the Very Vanilla. Now we're going to use the Lovely as a 3, and this one here, I call it the Naked 3 there because it's nothing on them. We're going to stamp that, but first stamp off. So I got Early Espresso. We're going to stamp there. I'm going to stamp over here, lift up, off a bit, and again. So I got like the wood there. Now I got my Oak 3 here. That one you want a full image. I'm going to take this, put that right here. Give a good impression, et voila. Now we're going to take daffodil, not daffodil, but crush, what was Delightful Dijon, and we're going to use the greeting dropping Say Hi. We're going to use this. And you know what? We're going to do that in Tangerine Tango. I think it's going to show better. Going to put that right here. Perfect. Now with the 3, because it's kind of fall, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my crushed curry, again, that's in the yellow. I'm going to add a bit of yellow. I'm going to take my Tangerine Tango, put a little bit of Tangerine Tango in here. And then I'm going to take my Old Olive, and the Old Olive, we're just going to be a little bit of the Old Olive. And you know what? I want more of the yellow. And again with tangerine. So for adding the color there, you just add with your sponge jobber a little bit. And now we get kind of the fall color. Now we're going to mount that on top of the Early Espresso. And you see we just got a tiny little border. Now, add our glue all in the back of this. So then our card, okay, I got such a mess. Here we go. So let's open our card. And voila, my friend. So now when it opens, boom, and then see how it stand up very lovely. So this is it for my swing card for fall, and you get plenty of place. Well, for me, I would have plenty of place to write my message. And when I would not, like 2 thumbs wide about there, I would not write from this corner there straight down like that. There I wouldn't write, and here I wouldn't write. And the reason why, when you close it, then when they get it and open it up this way, you don't have no writing there. So nothing in this section, nothing in this section, but you can write all over here, there, and there. See, when you close it, it's all done. And if you want to make sure you don't write there, what you could do is take our leaf that, here we go. So you can take your leaf and do just the corner here and in this corner over here. So that would tell you, do not write there if you're afraid to write. So that way when you close it, perfect. This is it, my friend, for a little fall card, flip card. Hope you enjoyed this. For all your Stampin' Up! Product, visit my blog at FrenchieStamps.com. And all the dimensions going to be on my blog. So right below in the description, you're going to have the link and the date that it's going to be on my blog. You can click right on the link, and it's going to bring you right at that post. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. Happy fall to all my friends. Bye-bye.